all the time, and he usually has an opportunity to break you down. I think he's going to get that opportunity against Beck tonight. Thompson can do a lot of things, Joe. He can fight on the outside. He covers up well, use those long arms, and he can take those long arms, shorten them up a little bit, and work inside, too. And he's a lefty.
Yep. 6'5" southpaw he is. He's naturally right-handed. In fact, loves to bowl. He bowls right-handed. He's on 2 different bowling league teams. Loves to golf. He golfs right-handed. But plying his trade as a fighter, he's a southpaw.
And here's another argument for a national commission. I'm always saying we need a national commission. You have these different commissions. In this case, Tennessee, where you can build up your records, you can get easier wins in these kind of states than you can in some of the other states because they have different standards, lesser standards sometimes. Owen Beck has had an eye situation. He's had a problem, and he's been denied a license to box in New York 2 times. And from what I understand, he cannot get a license in New Jersey or Pennsylvania. Again, 2 pretty good states, but he could get a license over here to fight in Tennessee.
Just ate a right hand that had him staggered there for a moment in the corner. Yeah, it's one of those commissions, obviously, Mid-South, you can build yourself up against opponents. But strangely enough, of all these commissions in this area, they have had major fights in this town. In the past decade, this did turn into a pretty big fight town. You had Lewis Tyson here. You had Jermaine Taylor fights here. Roy Jones fights here. They have hosted some major fights. But in your eyes, the commission nowhere near what New York and New Jersey and California is.
Again, in any other sport where one commission would state that somebody is not able to participate in their sport, it would be followed across the board, across the nation. In boxing, it's followed in some states, and then, again, the state of Tennessee says, hey, come on in. We don't care if New York says that there's a problem with your eyes. We're going to let you fight.
There's a right hand to the top of the head, and maybe we're going to let you down.
And maybe we're going to let you get knocked out, too. Again, I think Thompson can fit in with any heavyweight outside of the Klitschko's, any heavyweight in the world. He's always touching you. His punch rate is really high. He's got long arms, and he can take those long arms. He can go inside in the trenches, and he can keep that rhythm going all the time. And he's a southpaw.
So Beck hurt early on here. Thompson in complete control, scoring and knockdown. Coming to the end of one, our heavyweight main event.
Take a look at the knockdown, and this shows you the benefit of following up. The left hand misses, the right hand behind the ear. Take another look here. The left hand misses the power shot, but the follow-up, the combination pays off for Thompson. Misses the power shot, but the follow-up, the combination pays off for Thompson. Again, he misses the left hand, but that serves as a setup punch for the follow-up punch, the right hook.
And at 6'5" and a heavyweight in Tony Thompson, driving down that right hand behind the ear. That's a bad spot for Owen Beck.
And again, a right hand that's coming from something that's a rarity in this sport, a southpaw heavyweight, coming from an angle where most orthodox heavyweights, they don't see that punch. And again, you can see Thompson covers up well, doesn't give you a lot of clean shots, makes a little bit of a head movement to let a punch go on the side of him, and he controls that range. He keeps you at the end of his punches. Then if you want to get to him, he makes you reach in. He makes you get lost in space a little bit, leave yourself available. Like that. Right now, the man in control of everything as far as the rhythm goes, and the rhythm is everything, it's Thompson. You know, Thompson is the ocean, Joe, and Beck is just a log. He's being pulled in and out by the tide of Thompson. I think the log, being Beck, is about to become driftwood. Again, he reaches in Beck. That's an opportunity for Thompson the next time to catch him reaching in. Thompson being a little lazy here. Usually you'll see him working on the inside, but I think Thompson very relaxed going into this fight, knowing what he had in front of him.
Could see that right from the opening bell. Beck trying to get over the top of that right hand. Now Beck coming forward and working on the inside.
And when Thompson does put those earmuffs on, there's an opportunity where he handcuffs himself, where you can go to work a little bit. And you can maybe punch around the gloves a little bit. Try to catch Thompson either around the ear a little bit, or maybe use the uppercut, split that guard a little bit.
Right hand by Thompson as Beck is holding on with his right hand on the top rope. Just ate another right hand.
And Thompson needs to look for that uppercut a little bit now, because Beck, to get away from the punches, he's leaning forward a little bit from the waist. When you bend, Joe, when it's taught properly by a good trainer, you bend your knees to bend so you can see everything. You don't bend from the waist. Beck bending from the waist, he can't see the uppercut if Thompson throws that uppercut.
Let's show you the month of May we have coming up on Friday Night Fights, because we got a couple weeks off. But look at this month of May. Antonio Escalante on May 7th. Julio Diaz, Herman Ngujo is an interesting fight on May 4th. Then we're going to Quebec City for a doubleheader you will not want to miss on May 28th. Bika against Jesse Brinkley. That is all action right there. And Eric Luca and Librado Andrade. That is a doubleheader on May 28th. Bika Brinkley, Eric Luca, Librado Andrade from Quebec City. And they're going to be jam-packed up there in the Pepsi Colisée in Quebec City. Good month of May coming up on Friday Night Fights. Round number 3 of our heavyweight main event between Owen Beck and Tony Thompson.
And Brinkley earned that shot up in Montreal with a great upset win on our air about 2 months ago.
That was one of the most exciting fights we've seen this year. Of course, we've had a few exciting fights this year. Escalante was involved in one against Mickey Roman, so it's nice to get Escalante back on Friday Night Fights.
Yeah, Roman, a real true warrior, and Escalante, a fun guy to watch. Power in both hands, and he's entertaining. He's there. He makes himself available.
Yeah, that was a month of punchers and pressure fighters right there. And now
right there, you know what you saw right there? Thompson, the little subtle things he does that I think puts him more at the top of the 10 best in the division rather than at the bottom. He puts him much closer to the top. Thompson does little subtle things. Takes a little step back, makes you fall in. You go backwards, he takes a little step in. Sometimes he'll punch just at the right time. In between a shot, he'll time you. Thompson very calm in there and got a late start in boxing, turned pro at 28. He's 38 now. No spring chicken, but not a lot of mileage on the tires, so he'll be okay. And a guy that got a late start and can be this advanced shows me there's something special about his temperament. He has good instinct. He has a good aptitude mentally. Good approach. Good control over his emotions. Tells me he's probably been through a lot of things in life. Right there, you can see Thompson again being a little lazy. Doesn't always allow guys to tie him up, but right there allows Beck to do that.
Beck not putting much on those right hands. They were trying to split the guard there.
See, the big difference here, Beck is just throwing.
Yeah.
Thompson's throwing for a purpose.
Exactly. These are not impactful and effective punches by Owen Beck, and there's a left hand that was from Thompson.
You know, if it was baseball, it's one guy just swinging. Whether the pitch is near the plate or not, he's just swinging. And another guy, he's holding the bat back, and he's swinging at the right pitch, the right time. And that's what Thompson is doing, and he's going to get hits. And he's getting them.
Series of headshots land for Thompson. Trying to put Beck in range for another one as Beck is off balance, leaning forward there. Now backed up against the ropes.
Maybe this fight's going to end the next round, especially if Thompson decides to throw uppercuts. Why? Just look right here. You see Beck leaning forward quite a bit. That uppercut, if it's thrown by Thompson, and again, you see Beck falling in there from the waist. If that uppercut is used this round by Thompson, we go home a little early.
Round number 4. Let's look at the CompuBox numbers from round 3. Punches in round 3. Thompson outlanding Beck 34-6. His manager Nate Peake said he just wants to fight at this point, doesn't care who it is. Said you can put King Kong in there. He has one mission, and that's to get the opportunity for a second chance against Vladimir Klitschko. He fought for the title in July 2008, was knocked out, but Thompson coming off a good, solid knockout victory over Chaz Witherspoon, so he finds himself still ranked in Ring Magazine's top 10 at number 10. There's a good body shot.
Wobbly.
He does. Left hand up top from Thompson. Now just pawing out there is Beck. He's trying to smother this offensive assault by Thompson.
Again, the ocean is Thompson. And a piece of wood being pulled by the ocean right back. And again, you could see an opportunity for an uppercut if Thompson would set his sights on that punch.
There's Beck leaning forward on the inside. There's another opportunity there for it. Places that right hand to the body, does Thompson.
See, that's what I would concentrate on right now if I'm Thompson. If I'm going to go inside, and it's his choice, his option, he knows how to fight inside, even though he's tall and long, and not everybody that's tall and long can fight inside, and that's what won the world title for Riddick Bowe against Holyfield, his ability to be able to fight inside, not only outside, but Thompson, if he wants to go inside, it should be body and uppercuts. If he wants to go outside, should use the jab, keep a little range, and force Beck to fall into space. Beck to fall forward, and then, of course, fill the holes when he falls forward.
Beck just took 2 more headshots when he was over in the corner.
I'd be surprised if Beck lasts this round, even though there's only 30 seconds left.
He's taking some big shots, some thudding shots, and from range. And then just setting up, just pushing back and targeting that right hand.
And
he's off balance. Another right hand comes in, and another. And the towel gets thrown in as Beck goes under the ropes, and the corner has seen enough. Owen Beck had absolutely no chance, completely overmatched by Tony Thompson.